What's up, guys? It's your boy Kaz here. Thought we would get to this UFO alien subject. I've been wanting to talk about this subject for a while now. There's just so much to cover on it, so I apologize for the delay of me bringing some shit to the table for you. Where can we start? Are we alone? The answer is no. We are not alone. And we haven't been alone in the universe for a long time now. Okay? It's pretty simple. Many of these Navy pilots, Air Force, whatever you want to call it, military, they're seeing something in the sky that they've never seen before. So if they're coming to you and saying, "Hey, what the fuck is this thing?" That's a problem. That's a threat to national security. And sweeping it under the rug for the last 80 years, literally the government has been lying to the public for the last 80 years about this subject, saying that, oh, UFOs are not real, aliens don't exist, all that, this, that, and the third. It's all bullshit at the end of the day, okay? It just is. Let's just be real. I think, we've been fed so much bullshit for so long on this subject that I think the public, the human public is ready to hear it. The realization on UFOs and alien life. I think we've been ready for it. I think enough of this bullshit. I think we have the right to know what's going on. What the hell's flying around in the fucking sky? You know what I mean? It's some serious shit. Is it not? I think it's some pretty serious shit. So it's aliens exist. Something is piloting these crafts, and it's certainly not us. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. They have some of these crafts that would, if the human pilot was piloting one of these crafts and was going the speed that they clocked these things at. They clocked one of these things going Mach 5, which is just equivalent to what? 4,000 miles an hour? 4,000 miles per hour. Mach 5. You want to know what that would do to a human person? Like that. They would be like, their bones, it would not be a pretty sight. Our body would not be able to handle that at all, whatsoever. So it's physically impossible for us, a human pilot, to pilot those crafts. So the question is, what is piloting those crafts? Are they drones? Some of them are just not fucking drones, man. Some of these things are dropping from 80,000 feet down to 20,000 feet in a drop of a hat and then going in underwater. And just like that, poof, disappeared. 10 seconds later, right out of the fucking water like nothing ever happened. I don't know about you, but there is nothing on this planet man-made that can do that. I'm sorry. That's coming from some other place. But it ain't coming from anywhere on this planet. I'm telling you that right now. Something that's going about Mach 5, 4,000 miles an hour. 4,000 miles per hour. You would be fucking soup. You would be nothing at the end. You would not be able to pilot a craft like that, doing the maneuvers that these crafts are doing. Stopping on a dime, going, and then going back in the opposite direction. Stopping on a dime again, going left. Stopping on a dime again, going right. Like, the human body would not be able to take that. It's just not possible. It's just, how do you explain that? And then when you got these military pilots, or these Navy pilots You got a few of them. Let's see. Ryan Graves is one. David Grush. Commander David Fravor. These guys are trained to be great observers of the sky, are they not? So when they see something in the sky that they know is not supposed to be there, that's a fucking problem. And it's a big problem. And the bigger problem is that the government is not seeing it as a big problem. And it's a gigantic problem. And these pilots that are now just these whistleblowers is what they are at the end of the day. People that come, whistleblowers, a guy that's had like a UFO experiences, has been told to hush hush about it, and has finally come forward after all these years, of keeping it a secret, essentially, because they told if they ever said anything about this subject, they would lose their job, something would happen, they would get harm to their family, or something like that, and in that nature. It would hurt them in pretty much any way possible, physically and mentally, career-wise, family-wise, and that's some serious shit, man. For someone to be threatening you over something that's a threat to begin with. I mean, it's like, what does the government know that we don't? Why has this been so hush hush for so long? What do they know? They know something, because if they didn't know something, I mean, what's the big secret, man? David Grush testified under oath that they have retrieved UFO crafts with non-human biologics. Were recovered with those crafts. You know what that fucking means? It means aliens were found with those crafts. Which means the government has been lying to us for the last 80-something years about this topic. Saying that, no, aliens don't exist, UFOs don't. Oh, yeah? David Grush just told us they did. So can you explain that to me? Because I would love, he said the pilots weren't alive, but he said they came with pilots. The question was asked, and he said they were non-human biologics, I think was the correct terms he used. So, and it's crazy. They should have never gotten rid of, Project Blue Book was awesome back in the day when they had that, in 1952? They terminated it in 1969, I think it was. They should have never got rid of that program. I know they've had a bunch of different UFO programs since then, but none of them have really been that really effective, in my opinion. And it's like, it kind of all starts where, I don't know where all the bullshit kind of starts. It all starts with Roswell. That's where it all begins in 1947, Roswell, New Mexico. This is where the bullshit begins. When they take that stupid fucking picture of that weather balloon that looked like aluminum foil scattered across the floor. Like, that's what it looked like, and they were taking a picture, like, what the fuck is that, man? Really? After they said that oh my god, it's just like, you're trying to tell us that you found a weather balloon after it was a disc-shaped craft found. Come on, man. Come on. That's just outrageous. Dismantled weather balloon. Which was not the material that was initially collected. The military or the higher ups swapped out the real thing is what they did. They swapped out the UFO and put like a broken weather, a popped weather balloon in there in its place. And then boom, there's your UFO. And there's your cover up. And there's the bullshit. And that's just, that's just the beginning of the bullshit. It's just, oh my god, man. This is a very serious topic. that is not being taken that serious by the government until, let's say, like, I think that New York Times article came out back in 2017 with Leslie Keane, and I forget the other gentleman's name that released it, but Ralph Blumenthal, maybe his name is, but when they released that and it was on the front of the page, it was in the New York Times. I mean, that was huge, man. That like opened a whole can of worms right there, and that got all these congressional hearings and all that stuff that's happened in the last couple years with these pilots testifying under oath and so forth. So it all stems back to Roswell, man. That's where it all stems back to, you know? And, it's just... and then the government has, whatchamacallit, what was that program that they have? Is it Arrow, I think it's called? That's kind of like the Project Blue Book of today, I guess you can call it. Sorry, I'm just reading something here. Yeah, Arrow. Arrow is pretty much a government UFO UAP crash retrieval program. But honestly, it's more of a mockery of the subject. It wasn't really taken seriously. That's the problem of it. Let me see if it's, I don't know if it's still, I'm pretty sure it's still a thing. But it's bullshit, you know. Yeah, I found it in 2022. Welcome to the All Anomaly Resolution Office is what it's called. Bullshit, dude. And then you can see the go fast videos and all that, the Tic Tacs and all that stuff, and find, there's a whole bunch of UFO or UAP information on here that you can look about. They have UAP cases that you can look. You could submit a report, records, all that stuff, But so if they have that, then what is this immaculate constellation that we hear about then, Immaculate Constellation is a U.S. intelligence program that gathers information about unidentified aerial phenomena. It's part of a network of special access programs that deal with non-human intelligence and UAP technologies. How interesting is that? It says how does it work? U.S. military intelligence resources collect imagery and other intelligence about UAP, analyze and shares intelligence about the capabilities, the locations, and activities of the threats from foreign or unidentified sources, collects high quality imagery intelligence and measurement and signature intelligence. So that's how the Immaculate Constellation program supposedly works. How did it come about? It was established after Luis Elizondo publicly revealed the ATIP program in 2017 that the government was doing stuff into UFOs, all the whole UFO shabacle right there. It was determined that the program and its information had not been reported to Congress as required by law. Wow. It was supposed to collect intelligence on UFOs, UAPs / the Earth's atmosphere. So, Yeah, that's what Immaculate Constellation is supposed to be. And there's like a big printout of it if you want to read the whole thing on the internet. It's got 11 pages. It's supposed to be 12 pages. Shout out to my boy Jeremy Corbell, who really has opened the UFO can of worms big time, you know. So shout out to Jeremy Corbell for sure. And I want to shout out to George Knapp as well, because those two guys have been pushing the UFO UAP subject very, very hard, and trying to get to the bottom of this, because it's serious shit, and we have the right to know what's flying around in the sky, and so do our pilots that are protecting those skies, you know. And the amount of times that they said they've had that they've almost had near collisions, they said they can't even, the amount of times it's happened is countless. And that's not good. That's really, so how are you going to explain it when one of these UFOs crashes into one of these Navy pilots and kills one? Then what the fuck are you going to do? Then what are you going to tell the public? You know? Because something, I mean, serious shit, man. There is some shit flying around in our airspace, and we don't know what the hell it is. That's a problem. A gigantic problem. I mean, I think if it was a big threat, they could have hurt us easily by now if they wanted to. Especially with the capabilities that we've seen of these crafts. If they wanted to blow up Earth or blow up a small town or do something, they easily could. I think, in my opinion. If they wanted to hurt us by now, they would have. I think they're more curious about the human race more than anything, and how we do things, and how things operate around us. You know what I'm saying? Like, notice how they're always interested in military bases and nuclear power plants, all stuff with energy and all that stuff. I think they're just interested in how we live and how things go, how we do things compared to them, I guess you could say. I don't know, it's whatever. I just think it's crazy, man. You know, it's just crazy. Yeah. So here we go. So the Tic Tac object, the one that back from 2004 off the coast of California, with Commander David Fravor. What did he say? He said the object dropped from 80,000 feet to 20,000 feet in seconds. No means of propulsion and defying the laws of physics. That's what he said. He says he's never seen anything and doesn't know anything that is capable of doing that. Man-made, anyway. And is the government reverse engineering these crafts? Absolutely they are. And they're probably doing it with some of these pilots that come on. Yeah, I mean, you gotta have some alien, extraterrestrial magic touch to it, because they have certain material to reverse engineer it the way that they have it. I mean, aliens have stuff. I mean, that they have access to stuff that we haven't probably even heard of. So I think it would be very hard to reverse engineer it unless you have an extraterrestrial helping you reverse engineer it, someone that knows how to make one of these crafts. Because even if you have the crafts, you still need to have some knowledge of how to re-engineer it. even if you do know how to make planes and all that shit, this is something different than a regular plane or helicopter. It's different, man. It's not the same fucking thing. You know? It's not.